Hello everybody, how you doing today? It's Friday, I'm out in the garage, and I've got a number of things I want to do. I got a brand new idle air controller for my car. That's the one problem I'm having. The car is running great, it's running smooth, my gas mileage is way up, but when I pull up to a stoplight and I'm sitting there idling, it idles really rough. And I tried cleaning the old idle air controller, but it really didn't make any difference. And these were like 30 bucks, $29 or something, like $32 after tax. And I went ahead and bought one, and I'm going to install it real quick. It's super simple. I'll show you what it is. Here's your idle air controller right here. There are two screws, 1 and 2, and there's a wiring harness right here, a little clip. I'm going to pop that off, take the 2 screws out. It comes right out. Slide the new one in, put the 2 screws, pop the clip back on, and I'll be done. And then I'll fire the car up and take it out for a little test drive, and just it's hot right now because I just got home, and that's good because it idles the roughest when it's hot, when the motor is warmed up. So shouldn't take me more than 5 minutes or so, I hope. I'll probably drop a screw and have to search for that. You know how that goes, Murphy's Law. But I'm going to go ahead and pop the new one in, take it for a test drive. I'll let you know how it does. And then I got a few other odds and ends I want to work on around here. We'll talk about that when we get done. Well, as I predicted, I dropped a screw. I had the idle air controller out, and I was getting ready to put the new one in. I had slid a screw into one of the 2 holes on either side of it, had the screwdriver in place. I was going to slide it up in there and tighten it, and I noticed the O-ring was missing. When I went to pick the O-ring up, I tilted it and dropped the screw into the front of the motor. So I'm looking for it. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I found the screw, but in order to get it out, I ended up having to take the back of the bumper. There's a plastic shield that comes down the back of the bumper, and between the bumper and that plastic shield is the styrofoam that's inside the bumper, and I guess it protects some of the other components up in there, like maybe the headlights and stuff, from getting water splashed up behind them. So I've already got the idle air control put in. I left it off in case I drop the screw again. Now what I'm going to do is pop these 3 little clips back in place to lock this back in, and we're ready for a test drive. Well, the idle air control was not the whole problem. Listen to this. I'm going to stop and just listen. Hear how it's idling rough? There you go. I ain't exactly sure what that is. Well, I'm going to pull around the corner, pop the hood, and see if I can find anything that's vibrating. It's only when I idle. Only when I idle. That's just driving me nuts. Let's park it here and see what happens. Well, I think I found the problem with the car. I took a little break and ate some dinner before I got back to you. Popped the hood, and the intake manifold cover that I put on, I could hear it sucking air. And I listened, and it was sucking air at both ends. And I started out on the pressure control valve end, and I popped the pressure control, or popped the top piece off and pulled the pressure control valve out, and there was an O-ring in there that was stretched out of shape. And I don't know if maybe I just didn't align it properly when I put it together, and being smashed at an unusual, way, and the heat where it may be deformed. But luckily I had some in the garage, so I put another one on that fits perfect, put it back in, made sure it was seated properly. No air leakage from that side of the motor. I still have air leakage from the other side, and that is the side where the intake manifold comes in, and of course you've got all of your components in there, your mass airflow sensors there, your idle air controllers there, everything is there. That needs to come off. I can hear it leaking, and I don't just want to go in there and torque it down. I'm concerned that maybe when I put the new cover on, that maybe there was a sprue or something, or an uneven part where it's not mated up properly. When I have a little more time, I'm going to pull that off, make sure it's good and clean, and then I've got some RTV, some heat resistant RTV. I'm just going to put a nice little bead around there and put it together, which should seal and stop the air leaks. I think when I fixed the first one, the idle got better. So I think that the problem is I'm just pulling too much air into the motor, and that's what's causing it. So I feel really good about that. I'm happy. Just not going to do it tonight. It's too late, and I got other stuff I want to do. So I'm going to call this quits. I will keep you posted when I work on that and let you know how it all went. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll talk to you again real soon.